Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's me, Miss Pam, better known as Miss 58. I had no plans today and I felt like doing some filming. So I felt like, why not bring you guys along and show you how I achieved this simple eye look for mature skin, hooded eyes. And it was, like I said, it was real simple. But before we go any further, let me go ahead and thank those that are new that has stopped by. And I want to extend a welcome to you guys. And those that are reoccurring, I appreciate you as well for hanging out with me. So without further ado, and dragging this intro out any longer than it has to be, if you're interested in knowing how I achieve this look, then stay tuned. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and get into this tutorial. I took the liberty and I went ahead and did my brows off camera just to save a little time. And so now we're going to go ahead and jump into this tutorial. So the first thing I want to do is prime my eyelids. So I'm going to use one of my favorite concealers, and this Too Faced Born This Way, and it's in the shade medium tan. And I'm just going to apply a little of this on the eyelids. A little goes a long way. And I'm going to take a random dense brush, small dense brush, random little brush here, and I'm going to blend this out. Okay, now that I've got the blend out, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set this. I'm just going to dust a little setting powder over it. Okay, now that we got the eye primed and set, we can go ahead in with our shadows. I am going to be working today out of a palette I love. It's by Ace Beauty. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I love the color story that's in here, or the colors period. They are very, very pigmented, and that's another thing I like. So you want to be real careful about how much of the product you pick up at first. Just because it takes very little, and a little goes a long way because you can really tap into the color, and already you can see how dense this color is, and just a tap of it on the tip of my brush. So anyway, I'm going in with a random blending brush, and I'm going to use this brown shade called Cinnamon. I'm going to use that in my transition area. And I'm going back and forth from the inner corner to the outer end of my eye, going all the way across. And I'm going back and forth repeatedly because you always want to make sure that your colors are well blended, always. One thing I don't want it to look is blotchy. I definitely don't want that. So I'm going to go over that with the next color with using the same brush. And that's the color called Nutmeg. And what I'm going to do is blend this as well in the same transitioning area I laid the first color down. And just to, lighten it up just a little bit. Brown is like the color black. If you're not careful, it can really make or break an eye look. It can really have your eye looking really hard, and that's what I don't want. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a much smaller blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the color black in the same palette, Ace Beauty palette. And I say again, these colors are very pigmented, and you want to be real careful on how much you pick up. And I'm going to add that to the outer edge of the eye. I don't want the black to be overbearing. And I'm bringing that up just a tad into the crease area. And I'm going to come in a little bit more with the color, with the black color. Making sure this is well blended out. Okay, you can see how, the black is mixed very well with the outer brown color. So I'm going back in with the blending brush I had at first that I used on for my transition color. And I'm making sure, that is blended out. Okay, so I'm going in with the color Clove here. And I'm making sure I bring that color over to meet where I had placed the black. Going with a random small shader brush. And I'm going to blend that out. Eyeshadows are done. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and prep my lashes. And I am using some lashes I use quite often and random, but I do like them. And I think these are the 614s, and they are Salon Perfect lashes. And of course, you can find these at Walmart. Okay, while my lashes are getting tacky, I'm going to go in with I started to use some Milk cosmetic mascara, but you know what? I want to try this other one I've been having for a while, and I've never used it. It's by Lily Lashes. I think I received this in one of my BoxyCharm boxes. Unsure which month it was. Just over the top lashes, just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna apply my lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are on, so let's go ahead and get into this face. Okay, was out the other day and I had found some foundation. And as a matter of fact, I was at my local Marshalls, one of my local Marshalls, and over just browsing around. And what I found was some Becca foundation. Now, I don't think, as a matter of fact, I didn't have any Becca foundation and I wanted to try it. So I found one. Lo and behold, I found a full size bottle of their foundation, and it was only for $9.99. Can you guys see that? I don't know why I didn't pull it out when I found it, but once I got home, I got to realizing the shade might be a little off. It might be a little dark. Okay, but that's okay because I got something else I can kind of mix that with to balance it out. So I do want to give it a try, so I'm just giving it a shake. And it says it's full coverage, which is good because normally I would have put something to counteract, or better yet, to kind of my hyperpigmentation under the eyes. What's the word I'm looking for? To color correct. There you go. But since this said this is foundation full coverage, I didn't bother to color correct today, and I'm not going anywhere really. So I just gonna give it a try as is. We're just gonna see how this works out. Okay, and I'm gonna use very little, but I'm gonna mix it with my L'Oreal True Match, and this is in the shade um, Creme, Creme Cafe, Warm 8. The shade is nice, but but this is just a tad bit too light for me. So I'm gonna mix this with the Becca foundation, and I'm sure everything will come out just fine, where it won't be too yellow or too red. Um, I need a happy medium. Go ahead and start applying this. Still looks a little dark, but we're gonna make it work. Definitely gonna make it work. Okay, let's take my trusty little blender here. Lightly tap into that on the back of my hand. Like I said, you didn't need much. It looks a tad orange too dark, just a little. But that's okay. I just didn't put enough of the lighter shade I had, the L'Oreal shade I had, to mix with it, but that's fine. We will, as I said, make it work. Now, when I apply my face products, I never go directly under the eye, only halfway. Since old girl is dealing with mature skin. I don't want my under eye area feeling cakey. So I have to be real careful on how much product I apply under the eye area. So that's my whole purpose for not going so close under the eye. Because after all, I still have to conceal and set as well. But you know, nevertheless, the color look like it's working out pretty well. I'm just bringing it down up under the chin a little bit, making sure everything is well blended. Continue to pack this foundation in just a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to go in with some concealer, and I'm going to mix two. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back in with my Too Faced Born This Way in medium pan here, and then I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. that I use to define my brows. So I'm going to, apply the e.l.f. on first, the e.l.f. Concealer on first. And again, I never go directly under the eye. I just apply it in this area here, and what I do is push the product closer to the eye. And then I go right into only the bridge area of the nose and on the chin. Now I'm going to go in with the Too Faced concealer, and I'm going to add just a little bit on top of what I applied under the eye, just to lighten it up just a bit, not much, just a bit. And I only apply it in just that area. And with my trusty Real Technique sponge, um, and I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. After I blend out the concealer, I make sure I blend out the edges of the concealer. And when I go up under eye, I always lightly tap the area. I never swipe or smear anything under the eye. And I'm going to blend out around the edges of where I applied the concealer. And immediately I'm going to go in and set. And when I do this, I tap this in to where it blends, melts right in with my skin. Okay, now that that's done, now the next thing I'm going to do is go in and bronze. I don't contour. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my blush and contour palette. It's an old palette I've been having, by the way. And I'm going to go ahead and bronze my face and add my blush. Okay, the palette is fairly simple. So I'm just going to randomly throw a little blush on. Okay, so the next I'm going to use the same brush, add a little blush. Now that I've done that, I need to go in and set. And I'm going to pat this in place. Oh, and by the way, this is the Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist. Okay, I'm going to go a second round with this. I really like it because it's a very, very, very fine mist, which I like because that way I got some other facial sprays, setting sprays. And if you're not careful, they can easily leave little random drops all over your makeup, and that won't be good after you don't work so hard and putting your face together. So I'm just patting in the setting mist. Okay, now, as simple as I like to keep things, the only thing left for me to do is put a little color on these lips. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and I'm going to um, define my lips. And it's in the shade, in the color brown. And this is just a random pencil I got from my local beauty supply store here. So I'm just going to outline my lips with it. And I'm also going to bring this brown pencil and color shade my lips in a little bit with it as well. Okay, then on top of that, I'm going to go in with some random matte lip shade I also got from my local beauty supply store, and it's in the shade Just Peachy. Okay, and I'm just going to add this to the center of my lips. Okay, so now everything is done. You guys, let me know what you think on this simple peachy uh, eye look. Okay, and I'll make sure I leave everything that I used in the description box below. And so with that being said, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Don't forget to check out my Instagram page. That's Miss58. Once again, thank you. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.